Hey guys, Chris Gorman here, Gorman Residential in Raleigh, North Carolina. And if you know me at all or have spoken to me about real estate, then you probably know that I am a very strong believer in real estate investing as the number one way to build your wealth. And so today I'm going to be telling you the three main ways that people are investing in real estate in today's market. All right, so this is going to be a real quick summary of the three main ways that people invest in real estate in today's market, today's world. The first is called buy and hold, and that is basically what it sounds like. You buy it and you hold on to it for the long term, probably renting it out. And so not only do you get the rental income to offset your mortgage, or if it's paid for, if it's debt free, then you get that as cash flow. You also get to depreciate the asset, which means to take a little bit of a write off each year for about 25 years until that asset is what's called fully depreciated. But basically, what that means is that it helps you out on your tax bill. Okay, it's going to save you money on your taxes. And then the third thing is, of course, market appreciation. As the market goes up, so does the value of your asset. And so you're building your net worth that way. So that's buy and hold. That's the most common way that people invest in real estate. The second one you've probably heard, it's been popularized by HGTV in the recent decade, but it's called flipping. It's basically the idea of taking a house that's in distress, state of disrepair, making an investment in it to improve the condition and thereby improving the value, and then putting that house back on the market and selling it for a profit. A lot of the companies that you will see advertising the guaranteed sale, you've probably heard of several in recent years, are basically flippers, okay? But a very, very light flip is what we call it. Basically, a lipstick flip. They'll come in and they may update paint and carpet, but they're paying a price where they're already building in their profit margin. But traditional flipping is what you might see on TV, where you're taking a house completely down to the studs in some cases and rebuilding the inside um, from scratch and basically making it new, keeping the existing structure, but changing the inside of the contents to improve the value. Um, that is typically what people say they want to do when they talk about real estate investing. Everybody wants to get into flipping until they learn how actually difficult it is to make money that way, because it's a matter of making money when you buy the house. What I mean by that is your repair costs, your renovation costs are more or less fixed. So really, it's a matter of how low can you pay for the house that you're buying, because that's where you're building in your margin. So if a house is on the market, it's probably not a good candidate to flip, because by the time it's advertised to the market and exposed to the market at large, the market does what the market does, and the house will sell at market value. And you're trying to buy a house that's under market value. So a lot of the signs that you might see, like "We buy ugly houses" out on the side of the road, those are wholesalers, basically people that are trying to find off market deals, properties that might be for sale, but not being advertised in the public space, because that's where you can get the best deal. A word to the wise, to those thinking about selling your house, that also works against you if you're only dealing with one person making you an offer, i.e., a guaranteed sale. There's no doubt the best way to get the most value out of your home is to expose it to the market at large. So just keep that in mind. And then the last way is basically short-term or mid-term rentals. Okay, you've probably heard of or even stayed in an Airbnb or a VRBO property. These are properties that you can rent out for a day at a time or a week at a time. And so, as a landlord, you have a much higher turnover. So you have to have a team or a property management company that is turning these properties over like a hotel does between stays. You've got cleaning, linens, amenities, things like that. Sometimes people will put in water bottles, soap, shampoos to make it a little bit more posh. That's what people are expecting today. So that's no question the most labor intensive way to go. From a long term standpoint, it's also probably the most profitable long term, or can be, although the market has been more and more saturated in recent years. Everybody seems like they have bought a short term rental property within the last 2 years. So I'm seeing the market shift where there's a lot of competition for tenants, for people that are taking vacations, and there's a lot of properties available. So that may be a market that trends down over time. We'll have to see. The midterm rental concept, though, where you're going to rent a property out to a traveling nurse or corporate housing, somebody that might be staying for several weeks or even months at a time, but doesn't want to tie themselves up into a long-term lease. That is an absolute sweet spot right now. And if you can pull that off, buy a property in the neighborhood of a university and or medical center, furnish it, make it really nice, and then market it to traveling nurses or corporate executives, man, that's an absolute windfall if you can do that right. You can even get in with some of the insurance companies to be able to advertise your property to people that are being displaced because their house had a flood or a fire or some event that they're being displaced from their own house. They need a place to stay for a little while. So there's an entire back channel that you can market your house to those folks as well. That's probably like the up and coming niche that nobody's really talking about at large yet. So I meant for this to be probably 2 minutes shorter than it was. However, hope that was helpful. And, I'm so passionate about real estate investing. As a real estate agent, I don't have a corporate retirement plan that I'm paying into. So me personally, my retirement plan is real estate. It just makes sense. It's what I know. And it's easy to put on paper and project into the future. And, it's one of the safest asset classes. I talk about this all the time. It's no doubt, I put my money where my mouth is when it comes to real estate investing, and I love talking about it. I love helping people do it and learn about it. So if it is something that you're interested in doing and building into your portfolio, please reach out. Love to have a conversation with you and see how it can help. You can always reach me by email, chris@gormanresidential.com, or by phone, 919-670-3005. Thanks. If you like this video, like it. If you liked it, like it, and subscribe to wherever you're watching it. That would help me out a lot. I appreciate it. Thanks.